What's good, everyone? I got to get it to where. What's good, everyone? Sorry. I got to get it to where you guys see my intro. So it starts with the intro, but the stream's 10 seconds behind. So I'm going to replay my intro because I like it. So here we go. All right. So let's present screen. Get this up here. All right. Hopefully, y'all can see that. Bitcoin not looking that great. Thank you. I like the intro as well. I do like the intro for sure. All right. All right. It looks like you can see it, but I'm going to change the size of me. That way I'm not all up in the way. Let's see. Maybe this one? No. This one? No. All right. We're just going to go with this. You're not going to see me right this second. So it is what it is. All right. So Bitcoin looks like doo doo. All right. Start on the weekly. All right. So Bitcoin's still holding some pretty key zones. You know, I wanted to come down here and fill this imbalance fully, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully that will happen. You know, come down into the 72K range. You know, retest this last top here at 72. Whether or not that happens, it'll, you know, it doesn't look like it wants to, but it may. All right, let me move this over. So, you know, I'm not going to I'll explain a little bit of what I'm learning as far as market structure and following liquidity, but I don't want to get too deep into it because I'm not 100% sure on it myself. But it's a trading strategy to throw out the indicators. So I want to get rid of all this down here. I don't want to use it. I'll still refer back to the RSI, but I want to follow the liquidity. So 4 hour. 4 hour looks like it wants to go down to me. Y'all can hear me okay, right? Doug, what's good, brother? Like I said, y'all can hear me fine, right? Just waiting for you guys to answer. Okay, cool. Just checking. Thank you, Brian. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this channel. Like I said, I'm looking for some type of lower time frame push up and market structure change. Some type of BOS breaker structure. I haven't seen nothing yet. You know, I want to get up into this zone here, suck all this liquidity up, and then we may start changing the structure of this here Bitcoin. But as of right now, it looks like it wants to sweep the lows again, but it doesn't have to. I was hoping this sweep right here was enough. We did get some upward action from it, but it didn't. When we were up here at 84, I was saying I want to see a fast move. You know, something like this candle here, but continue. But it came right back down and took that candle back. So, like I said, I'm not going to explain too much of the whole market structure portion of it until I know what I'm talking about. I want to so what I'm trying to do is get away from drawing lines. You know what I mean? I want to get away from this. I want to know that it's already going to break that line, which it is. It always does. So really what I'm looking at is some type of lower time frame market structure change. Let this load up if it ever does. Okay, so yeah, I want to start working up into the 86 range, and then we could possibly see, 90 to 92. So once we get above this range here and start supporting, I do believe it'll work up here to this liquidity above here. So, and what I'm talking about liquidity, so a lot of people, I've been learning a lot of stuff from Geo. I know he gets a lot of hate. He just tells you how it is, and that's kind of the way I've always been. So, for instance, this high here, a lot of people would look at that as a double top. I look at it as a reason to go back up to this point. So above these highs here is stop losses. I don't know if this will show it or not. Let's see. So this may crash the whole stream. Oh, no, it kind of worked. So as you can see how dark this is above these highs here. So liquidity sits up there. So the maker is going to want to go up there and take that, especially if he's working himself short. He's going to want to grab that and come back down on people. So what I'm looking at now is we swept this low here on lower time frame. I'm on the 12-minute. We swept this low here. Now I'm looking for some type of market structure change. Come back above this high here. If we get back above this high here, let me put a line there. I didn't mean that line, but I can reuse that. So we start working ourselves back above 84.6. We could, we got to close candles above that on a higher time frame, 1 hour, 4 hour. But we want to get above here. You can even go to this portion. We want to get above 84 to 85K and start closing candles above that in order to move up. Otherwise, we're going to keep going down. You could also watch your RSI. So when you're on lower time frames like this, the RSI is always going to go above and back below, above and back below, above and back below, into what people call oversold and overbought. I don't look at it that way, but that's a good way to explain it. Self-obsessed. I'm not obsessed. I just like the way he trades. I guess you wouldn't say, I don't know how to put it. I just like the way the man trades. He's very good at what he does, and he tells you how it is. So all this right here is a reason to go back up. So in my opinion, now that we swept this, we probably will end up going back up towards 84. Will it happen? I don't know. All right, I'm looking at chat. Sorry. What's good, Poe Man? M Ninja. I wish I could have my screen up too, but it's just a little too big. This right here is just a little too big for the screen. That's a little too in the way. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll make a new custom layout where my box is smaller. Yeah, that's what I'll do. For now, I'll keep it just on the chart. But my phone hotspot seems like it's working pretty well, so let me go back to the chart. All right, yeah, we dipped down this morning to about 81,000, 81,100. And right now I'm looking for a move back up as long as this RSI gets back above the 50. Lower time frame, I bet you, yeah. So if we start working up, get above 82.1, we will start making a structure change. Get above here, then we will start probably working our way up into this liquidity here, because this right here was way too easy for the people shorting. So watch for a push back up to the 84 range. Maybe, you know, beginning of 84. So 84K even to 83.9. Yeah, we got FOMC tomorrow. So that, I don't, nobody knows how that's going to act. Like me and Brian were talking, I do believe that June's numbers are going to show that recession is here. Normally we don't find out we're in recession until afterwards, but as long as there's two negative GDP readings, it's going to be a recession. Sucks, but tis what it is. And I just realized I'm looking at the FEMEX chart, which is fine, but get rid of this. So yeah, nice little sweep of this low here. I was hoping for, you know, it's not a confirmed break of structure unless you sweep the low and start making a structure change, as in making higher highs. So you break this high here, then we're talking a structure change, a break of structure, should I say. No cuts. We need to see the dot map. Oh, the dot. Oh, gotcha. So for me, I'm looking at this high here getting broke. This high here getting broke. And these are lower time frame. This is the 3-minute. Sorry, need a drink of water. I want to see something. I need your guys' help. So if I was to, I don't know if it's going to crash everything or what, but if I went here and I went to, hold on one sec, playlist, and I went to here. Can you hear that? Can you guys hear that? Let me know, please. Okay, is it loud? Am I louder than that music? Oh, okay. How about now? Okay, that's what I want. I want you to hardly be able to hear it. Okay, well, I'll experiment with that later time. I want to get some music in the background where it's not just me talking. So, okay, like I said, I want to see a break of 82.1 support. Once we see that, we'll start moving up. If we don't see that, it's probably more downside or sideways. Like um personally, a lot of us think, downwards action is max pain. I think sideways action's more pain. Yes, you're all guinea pigs. I'm surprised there's 10 people in here. But yeah, so that's pretty much Bitcoin. Nothing really else going on. We need certain areas to break before we start going up. As far as trading, I will long if we get above here and come back and retest that, I'll probably long that. Just my opinion. 4 hours looking like, yeah, that was YouTube I was trying to play. Rodents. That's funny. So yeah, as far as lower time frames, that's what I'm looking at. 82, break 82 and support. We start moving up from there. I do want to see something. Let's see. Pull a fib from here. Oh, wrong one. Okay, we're pretty much below the point of control. Now, where's my fib? There it is. Okay, yeah, we came up, hit the 0.5, and we're just chilling between the 0.5 and the 236. Kind of crossing over the 382. Trash. Like I said, I still think this is in play down here. Obviously, we haven't stopped making lower lows. So I have to assume, unless we start breaking, key zones, I have to assume it's going to come back down again for another lower low. I want to see a touch of this box, and that's where I'm 100% going to long from there. Hey, Carrie, what's good, brother? How are you? All right, give me a couple coins. If you guys want to see any charts, that's pretty much it on Bitcoin. It's not, we're pretty much sideways for the past, since March 10th. Oh, nice. Well, then I'll be able to give them a lot of info. It's people that know the charts that I can't get info to yet. And I say that yet because I am going to learn the hell out of this. Bencoin, that's hilarious. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, just so you all know, yeah, I had to say that. I got to put my disclaimer in there. You like that? See, I'm not going to be one of these professional chart readers that, I'm going to give you what I see and we're going to bullshit. I'm not going to stand up and, have a nice background and screw that. Sorry. Let's see if this works. Can you hear that? Locksmithing? What could I talk about locksmithing? Loud and clear? Is it too loud? Jake, what's good, brother? All my friends are imaginary. You're a mess. Okay, a little too loud. How about that? I can turn it off. There you go. Yeah, I'll have to play with it and get volume set right and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much Bitcoin. I'll jump into any other coin if you guys want to see, XRP or whatever. He said it's awful. I need something playing in the background though. How about some dance pop? Rock? You're a mess, Brian. All right, let's jump into. I want to scroll through Twitter too, so. All right, DXY real quick. DXY is dumping pretty hard. So technically, Bitcoin should be going up. So I saw a chart earlier that showed some pretty heavy X's on Market Cipher A, showing pretty heavy manipulation. So this is the DXY 4-hour chart, which is coming down pretty dang hard. If we did a comparison, let's do Bitcoin overlaid on top. All right, so this is Bitcoin's price in the red here, or pink, whatever you want to call it. And that's DXY right here. DYM Dimension. I never even heard of that. Let me scroll up and see if there's anybody else. Okay, so Jake said XRP. I'll jump on that one real quick. I organized all these last night. XRP pretty much looking the same as Bitcoin. I'd like to see a break of $2.37 in order to start working up. Let me get rid of this. Take this over so you guys ain't seeing it. Yeah, still below the 50 RSI. Jump on down to a lower time frame so I can see. Yeah, I'd be watching this zone here. And I would be watching this zone here. Again, we want to get above these on a fairly high. Well, we're on the 1 hour, so this probably be a good enough time frame. But all this right here is a reason for XRP to come back down. All this here. So you got stop losses all set down here. That's why this was swept. So when this happened, stop losses were set up all stacked here. They came down, took all those stop losses, and pretty much reason why the price went up is because when you have a stop loss hit on a long, it's actually selling, and vice versa on longs. I didn't miss yours. Yours is after Jake's. Yours is D-Bridge. I saw it. So yeah, as far again, there's really not much more to look at for XRP, especially when you're trading the structure, not indicators. So yeah, the indicators are going to show me, okay, we did have slight bull div here, which already played out right here. So in the red money, excuse me, red money flow was a really weak bull div. That's why I'm trying to get away from trading with these indicators like that. So once this gets above the 50 and starts supporting, not like this little, trigger here, once it starts supporting, this price will move up and take all this back, at least to $2.38. Let me see, 3 minute here. Yeah, we want this price to start working its way up, get above this high here. Once it starts doing that, you're breaking structure. I mean, you can draw a line down here. You can do that if you want. I don't like it too much. Little fake out here. I really don't like that. That's why I'm getting away from this crap. So once I know more of what I'm talking about when it comes to this style of trading, I will get it out to everybody. So on XRP, right here, all this right here is what you call an imbalance. 9.5 times out of 10, the market's going to come back and take that. So being that we didn't come down and take that about to this wick here, right here, this wick right here on this candle, being that we didn't come down, we took it right here. If we were bullish, this would have went off from here. But beings we're now under that, I feel like we got more downside. Just my opinion. What's good, Doom? What's popping? So, yeah, that's pretty much XRP. We're waiting for a break of like 230, somewhere in there. This right here, 226. We start breaking that and supporting, then we know we're going up. But like I said, I think I think Bitcoin's going down to 72 to 74. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Let me see the daily on XRP. Yeah, we need a move above 248 to start. This was a hell of a fake out here. So yeah, on the higher time frames, 248 would be the number. Get above that, start supporting, we will move up. However, I still see a pretty good imbalance here. Will XRP come down that low? I don't know. If Bitcoin hits 72, it will. So that's pretty much Bitcoin. Just waiting for some. Yeah, I think it starts coming down a little more, in my opinion. Let me see if I can find that for Brian. Is this the right one? Is it 3 cents? Rocking the Muslim look. Why do I keep hearing that? That's what makes me want to shave my beard. It's straighter today. I hit it with the straightener. But why? I don't understand why it looks like a Muslim. I don't get it. The hat. There you go. Is that better? I don't know. I'm about to shave it off. Julie, how are you? All right, we're going back to this. So is this the D bridge that you bought? Is this the right one? Brian, do you know? Is it 3 cents? Okay. Yeah, that thing had a pop off, man. Wow. Not sure what that's about, but um so for this one, this thing has quite a few imbalances on it. And as you can see, this imbalance over here came back down, filled everything, and even went lower. So I would definitely keep an eye out on these here. These are candles that they're going to want to come back to. I got to turn that off. Hold on one sec. Auto fits. Okay, there we go. There we go. RSI is above the 50 on the daily. Go down some lower times. All right. Come on, zoom in or zoom out. All right, so for this, in order for it to keep going up, in my opinion, we'd want to see a close above this. Otherwise, watch for the sweep and then back down. Because like I said, that's a hell of an imbalance right there. It's like a house on stilts. This thing's just ready to fall over. So there's a good chance they come back down, sweep this low, and then back up. But it doesn't have to. So watch for a move above 3 cents, 5601. Yeah, I didn't like make a stream and schedule it or none of that. I'm gonna get better at this as time goes. Like I said, I'm learning a whole new trading strategy as it is. So even my charting it frustrates me because when I watch other people explain the whole, following liquidity and looking for imbalances and market structure, as I'm watching them do it on their chart, it all clicks. But then when I come to my chart, I just can't find it. It's so strange. Yeah, slow and steady build. That's my opinion. And I don't claim to be any type of professional at all. So that's pretty much D bridge, Brian. Watch for this to come up, refill this wick, and then see where it goes from there. Oh, I'm proud. I just I'm really hoping to give you guys some input that's worthy. Um, I don't claim to be a number one trader. Yes, I lose money. I have made money. And that's the name of the game in trading. You're not going to win them all. So, like I said, right now I'm just learning to follow liquidity. Like above this high here sits liquidity, stuff like that. So I'm learning market structure. It's a whole different ball game when it comes to indicator trading. This is pretty strong right now. D-Bridge is. There is green money flow. My money flow indicator is kind of messed up right now. But let me check the 1 hour for you. Yeah, I mean, this thing's moving up. Right here would have been a good long. So it came down, it's bounced a few times at 2 cents, and then this came down and swept the liquidity. Took all those possible long orders and just took all their money and started moving up from there. And that's what the market will do to you. This is a hell of an imbalance down here, though. I don't like that. 24-minute, again, looks decent. I mean, this thing actually looks strong right now. All right, so this thing was down. It went down 64%. Looks like most of the alts. So in retrospect, this back up 65%. So, this thing would need to go, double that to go back to its all-time high. Yeah, I got like barely any of it though. I hate Heiken Ashi personally. And with the style trading I'm learning, you don't need none of that. You don't need indicators, you don't need nothing. Like this, I just I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to me, Doom, but I don't know why you would use these candles personally. I just said maybe you can explain it. I don't see the point in these personally. So Brian, like I said, 3 cents, 5. Get above that support. You're starting to change a little bit of the structure of this coin. It'll continue to move up. So yeah, it pretty much already had a market structure shift, getting above these highs here. Now the question is, can it keep going? Yes, sir. I don't remember the other coin. I gotta freaking write this shit down. It was like, hold on 1 sec. I'm scrolling back. Yo, mess. Oh, there it is. DYM for Kerry. I'm not sure if he's still here or not, but I'll look at it. Yeah, let's take Bybit. All right. Jeez Louise. All right. This is daily time frame. I don't know about this one. Shoo. This thing's been nothing but down. So I'd look for a break of yeah, they're I don't know, man. It's definitely going to come up into here more than likely. So from 40 to 94 cents, it's actually not a bad move. But again, it all depends on Bitcoin. I shouldn't need pen and paper if I got the chat to scroll back through. Yeah, I believe this is probably going to work its way back up as long as Bitcoin could hold up or stay sideways and fill this imbalance here. So an imbalance, an imbalance and a fair value gap are the same thing. Now, say this price works its way back up and touches this and doesn't fill the whole imbalance, it's no longer a fair value gap, but still an imbalance. Like right here, came down fast, came back up. It's now no longer a fair value gap. It's just a little bit of an imbalance from this high to this wick here. I'll show you real quick. So this right here is still an imbalance, but no longer a fair value gap because this came in and touched it. Well, normally this box would have been drawn like this, but being it came in there, touched that fair, that would have been a good short. Come down, come back up, touch that fair value gap, and short from there. It would have been a hell of a short. So you don't always have to be in a trade. You have to wait for the market to come to your trade or your idea of the trade. A lot of people think, oh, well, oh my God, we're dropping. I got a short. That's not the case. Wait for it to come back up into key zones and then short from there if you believe the market's still going to go down. You don't always have to be in a trade. Then you need a good memory, and you don't. Geez, I love you too, Brian. Um, so yeah, that's DYM. Just look for some type of shift in structure. Maybe come above this high here. You can even mark these highs out on the lower time frame. So if we were to take a vertical line and put it right here, because we want to see it on a lower time frame, come down to like the 12-minute. Where are you at? Jesus. All right, right here. So you'll take a line like this. And you'll smack it right there. Now I'm going to get rid of this one. And we're going to come all the way back over. See that? Came up, swept that high over there, and that's is on a lower time frame, and came right back below it. So it's probably going to work its way down in here, fill this, and then if it can get above here and support, then it will go up. So what do you say we okay, question. When they're explaining liquidity, are they showing you what already happened or areas of possible? So let me pull a chart up real quick so I can explain that. Hold on one sec. Let me get back to Bitcoin. We'll do the index. All right. Thank you for joining us, Joe. Appreciate that. So, areas of liquidity. What I'm talking about is this zone here. So, above these highs here are stop losses. There's liquidity sitting there. Above this high here, there's stop losses, liquidity sitting there. So, if you're looking at it on like a 4 hour, so it's possible. So, yes, it's possible zones that the market could move towards. So, for instance, right here, price came down. Okay, people probably saw this bull div and started longing this. So, right here, you have people putting in longs, stop losses set below the low. It came up, came back down, went back up, and then came down and swept all that liquidity, hit all those stops on the people that didn't take their profit. So that's what I mean. Possible. So if we went back here and I went and I cut out this, okay. So right here, we're coming down into here. People are like, "Oh my God, we got bullish div, da da da," which could technically continue to print. That's why I'm trying to get away from div trading. So right here, people longing this are, got their stops set up. We didn't know this was going to play out the way it did. I like to use the bar replay to show a lot of yeah, you want to be in a trade, but you don't have to be. Right. So right here it came down, swept that liquidity. So you're looking for key zones, which is where the liquidity is. So right here is a key zone. There's stop losses set above this. I mean, there's stop losses all down through here. But movement like this, almost guaranteed to come back and take. And they did. All of it. Movement like this will get taken. When? When we start moving up and start supporting on these areas, breaking this structure. So we want to get above 84.8 and start supporting on that on a higher time frame. Once that happens, 92 will come. I almost guarantee it. Right. You can look at Heikin Ashi here. So I don't know how you would. I mean, I'll have to see that video you got because I don't see how you could judge when this is going to slow down and when it's not. Caution bar. Right. I know that. This is coming down. The way I judge it is these wicks. That's a a buy pressure wick. A buy pressure wick. That's a bullish candle. Hence why the market went back up. So yeah, that's pretty much it on Bitcoin. We're just waiting for some type of movement. The way you're going to judge the market better by fast movement, not this sideways bull crap. Really, this is a no trade zone for me, in my opinion. Here you go. This is a funny graphic I made.
It's time for X Shenanigans. Let's get it.
Not really, other than Joe. Sorry about that. Other than keeping an eye on your lower time frames. So I'll go back to this tab. So you're sitting here watching this. Other than having like a heat map, which I do have on here, it's one that I'm testing. Other than having a heat map to show you where the liquidity is, again, I'm trying to get away from using indicators. It's going to take some time, but I will show you as soon as I know more. But what was I saying? Since liquidity is created both above and below, is there a way to have a higher probability of knowing that the price is going to, other than market structure? No. So right here, if I was to, I come to the 4 hour, I'm looking, okay, which way is the market going to go? I would come down to a lower time frame and wait for some type of market structure change. So for me, it's getting above 82,193, 82,200. We get above that, start supporting. We're now starting to break structure. Get above 82, breaking more structure. So I don't know the answer to that question fully, other than waiting for, you know, lower highs to get broken. Whatever you think will happen, just do the opposite. I mean, it's not unreasonable. But I wanted to scroll through Twitter real quick and see if there was anything special here. Oh, look at that, J Chains. My trolls have been super silent lately. Look at Savvy. Let's see this one. That one ain't too bad. There you go. So this was 3 hours ago. And it says Sui short divs are present on the 1 hour. Breaking blue is decent. Breaking yellow is the safest. Huh. An intersection controller. Poe, what's good, man? My bad, Poe. Seems like you're always jumping in when I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Because I only have 45 minutes for lunch. But this guy right here, he's a good trader, and I like the way he looks at the market. Hence why I I'm not learning market structure because of him. I started learning market structure, which is what led me to him. I agree with you, Randy. Who's what? It's Geo. Memories, not money. Good old crypto Billy. But yeah, I agree with Randy here. There should be no tax on crypto. I agree. But it's income. So I don't know how you would, if you're not going to tax crypto, you can't tax income. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, I started learning market structure and how to chase liquidity, and that's what led me to Geo. I didn't, you know. Oh, okay, Poe. Nice. I thought I saw you in here. Look at Carrie and his weird Muppets. Here's another good guy to follow. He's big on Market Cipher. A lot of people are. Same chart, same target for a month now. Here's Savvy's targets. So this is what Crypto Savvy's looking at. Another good guy, I think. A lot of y'all probably won't like him because he's thinking more downside. I think he has a target all the way down to like $3,500 Bitcoin. Savvy Geo, you're a mess, man. Oh, look who it is. And the good old, just another trader. I'll explain it later. Uh, Geo's always in Randy's. Yeah, your Muppets. I don't know. I figure so. What I'm going to do in this segment is I'm going to find some good crypto news. Today I didn't have anything set up. It's hard to. So when I break for lunch, it's 11:45, and then I come out to the car. I don't have any time to set up a stream other than getting it going, and you know, just freehand. Got snack. So yeah, that's pretty much Twitter. Ain't nothing going on. But like I said, Thursday I'll have a little better structure to the show, I guess. Like I said, I'm not trying to be professional. I'm not one of those D bags. Sorry. I don't claim to be professional. I don't want to be professional. Holy hell, look who it is. The Davenport Report. What's good, brother? How the hell have you been? How you been, man? David, what's good, man? If y'all could smash the like, it really helps. Um, yeah, it helps a lot. but not the fun kind of busy. Yeah, I hear you. We ain't seen you in a while, so it's good to see you, man. Yeah, you're right. I got to cut this shit off. But we were just chilling, looking at some charts. Ain't really much going on. Freaking Bitcoin being lazy. Not really doing much. Looking for a break at 82,193. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hear you. But that's pretty much what I got as far as an update. I will do my drive home stream as well. I will do the live and drive as well. I enjoy them more than I do sharing the charts, honestly. But I'm more of a vlogger anyway. I don't know if I got to stop at the store or not. I don't know if I got to stop at the store or not. Maybe. We'll see. I got to turn my hat sideways so people see it's got an actual bill and I ain't got no one of these freaking hats with no brim. My live and drive is normally in about an hour. Matter of fact, I'm late back from lunch. But probably about an hour from now. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully, we can push back above 82.1. If we can get back above 82.1, it'll be good on the lower time frame. Yeah, definitely try to stop in, brother. And I'm gonna end this here. Take a look at my outro, and thank you all for watching. And sorry I didn't have much info for you, but Bitcoin's really boring. So thank you all. Blocky out. Wait for the outro.